okay. There's no more long on the other side, on the side of Boom, so it's okay to just pick up the long for yourselves.
Yeah, essentially it forces a decision by the side of Boom Esports, right? So I think they will do well for themselves on the side of Boom to ban out the Dolia first, after BIGETRON bans out this first pick. Now the question for Boom, I think, would be, do they get their hands on the pay, right? You know the coach on the side of BIGETRON is considering that fact, and in fact they say, okay, let's play with you a little bit more. We'll take out the Dolia ourselves.
Okay, there you go. At least they're going to be banning the Dolia themselves. They're not going to let them do that for this next game. There's a potential that Boom Esports could still pick up a Youngjun on their... I have seen Youngjuns on the side of Boom Esports, and it's almost always going to go to Miggy. So that could be a potential here for the team. And Pei could be a potential first pick here for BIGETRON.
Oh, that's true. Boom Esports, they actually take out the Luna. So this opens up the doors for a Pei pick, right? And I'm pretty sure Boom Esports will want to snap up the Byron at this point. But no, BIGETRON go a completely different direction. They go for the maximum flex pick. It's the Forge Maiden, the Chicha.
Yeah, they can go for that themselves if ever. They can go for Pei on Carl and Miggy on Byron. But that is expending a lot though. They could maybe think about something different, like a Seafarer could also be good here if ever they want to pair it up with a Pei and have like a strong Clash laner. But they went with the Byron and the Haya.
Courage is me only belief.
I like this a lot, right? I like the Haya because Haya rarely loses that initial first level 1 wave. She instantly clears it, right? Especially if you have a support in the form of... at this point, I would figure Yu Yuan makes sense as well. It depends on what they want to do with it. But Boom Esports, I think they win this mid lane matchup for now, right? BIGETRON, they will take away the Tigress. The Pei will be snatched away from Boom Esports. No stock standard combination.
Yeah, there you go. There's gonna be a Pei on the other end. They already stole the Spark Mace on the side of Boom Esports, so they're not gonna be going for that. I think Boom Esports, if they want to ban somebody that could fight toe-to-toe against the Byron, it should be like the Sun Tzu, the Seafarer, could be a good ban here so that he doesn't have like a very strong Clash laner with him.
You know what's scary? They can potentially pick up the Lupu as well on the side of BIGETRON by Vitality.
Oh yeah.
And then you put the Forge Maiden Chicha in the farm lane. And yeah, Miggy essentially becomes diminished because of the anti-tank properties.
Yeah. One thing that they could do for that though is that because they have the Tremor Smash also, it's an easy combo that they can pull off. So yeah, that makes sense. They could go for the Lupu for BIGETRON here and it will work. Look at Boom Esports, they're banning out a lot of good wave clears and even sure so that they don't catch the Ukyo, the sweep strike on their side.
Okay, Boom Esports, what do you think is a great farm lane pick for them? Because they're saving it for the last pick here.
If they want a very safe pick here, especially if this is going to be a very tanky composition, I think going for Magistrate is not bad here. There you go, as you said.
Yep, sign me up as a coach, man.
Oh man, that is crazy. Oh man, that is crazy. With a Yixing too? Oh no.
Yeah, no way, no way.
Oh man.
This is the moment you go the far.
That's the edit.
Yeah,
that is it. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's the way. I'm not sure if that's the way because,
Okay, let's make a small comparison, right? I don't think Bao as well as F1 will be chasing into Danny, right? It's more of Danny chasing into people. We have seen the benefit of a Erin, right? The Laurel Princess, where Zhang Q did play against this matchup. He did fall a couple of times as he was trying to catch the Erin, right? When she has the ultimate on. So there is a potential flip around for the side of Boom Esports. But the catch potential by BIGETRON, especially as someone as special as Gen Myth with the Yixing catch, I feel like that's going to be a huge problem.
Yeah, I think the only problem is going to be stemming on how Zhang Q is going to be the target of that ultimate every time, the Laurel Bloom. So that's going to be the problem. But with the composition that they built here for BTR, I think that's scary. I'm very scared of what they can bring here. 3 easy combos that they can go, or rather 2. I guess the Yixing Lubu, the Yixing Lianpo. So those are easy combos that they could go for, and it's not hard to pull off.
But that's team fight, right? And I feel like in any kind of universe we're talking about it, team fight is still a PKL game. So BIGETRON at this point, I feel like if we take a look at the macro game, I feel like Boom has a better strike at it, because we've seen teams use the Chicha, right, and use the ultimate just to take turrets. That's great, but then your team fight department doesn't do as well.
Enemy minions will arrive in
And the
5
cooldown's
seconds.
very long. The ultimate's cooldown is very long, so it takes you like 50 more seconds before you go for the next tower, if ever you're going to be doing that rinsing and repeating. So yeah, as you said, team fight is something that PKL is very, very good at, but Boom Esports with this composition, they might be able to clinch it out with what you said. They could go for the macro here and change things up this time.
Yeah, I think this laning phase is extremely important, right? Whoever gets a T1, that will kind of influence how this matchup will go. And the biggest difference maker, I think, comes in the farm lane here.
Yeah, how they're going to be playing this, especially for Donnie. They're going to be easy targets here, especially for the combos, but if ever he gets the lead here, it's going to be good.
Alright, we'll see. Alright, it's a 3-on-2, which means there's space across the other portions of the map. Looks like BTR will try to take advantage of that, because Danny is getting a guarantee on his Firehawk. This means he will get an EXP advantage.
Yeah, and you can see the rotation pretty fast here. Somebody, or rather Gen Mid, helping out onto the top lane because he knows that Miggy would win that early matchup until, or at least they're trying to make sure that Miggy is kept in check in this lane so that he doesn't get any advantage.
Oh, Zangyu might get caught here. He knows.
Ooh, I think F1 is gonna get caught. Ooh, okay, yeah. As you said, because they saw them a while ago onto the bot lane, they know that the rotation is gonna come to the mid lane. There's no other choice here for them. Gonna go, Carl goes in for the stun, gets the hit, but not gonna be continuing with anything. Not enough damage for now.
Yeah. I mean, this is a huge wave. You don't want to miss it. Danny 1-on-1 against Lamfeng at this point. I don't think they finished this fight here. Yeah, they don't. So this is okay. Everything, you know, teetering on the edge of a knife right now. No first blood just yet.
Yeah. Might explode anytime soon. Especially in the first objective, but for now, it's gonna be looking for those opportunities, for those moments while they're waiting for the next jungle camp rotation.
I think we will only get the big, massive fights when both the roamers get full. Right? F1 and Draw, both of them are not full yet. Everyone else, they have the ultimates ready, but I don't think it's ideal to kind of be in a risky situation without your roamers getting those big setups that they're looking for.
Yeah, for now, until they get to level 4, until Gen Mid gets like a good space for him to just go to the bot lane and try to catch Danny with that board, that is not gonna happen anytime soon. And for now, even Miggy is being scared because he has been not ganked, visited a lot of times by Zonkyu and Gen Mid, so he's scared they might be looming around the brushes.
You have to be really careful here. One stun means the end of your life. Zonkyu gets stunned up first, unable to get that follow-up catch. So Draw now has information about the different members' position on the side of BIGETRON. What do they want to do with this?
Yeah. See, 45 seconds, waiting for the next wave. The next wave after this is when the objective is going to be coming.
Oh, nice
so
catch.
Right now, they're going to be jumping on Danny. Has the flash still. Pops the ult, but almost getting the kill there. Not enough.
Yeah. How many times has Danny been so low? And this is a little bit of a cause of concern so far for the side of Boom Esports. At the same time, I like this rotation by Carl, right? They're going to get a little bit of free damage on a T1 if they can force this wave into the arms of Bao.
And that's a very important win there, right, for BTR, because they got a flash out of Danny, so he won't be moving close to anybody on the next fight, so the guarantee there, unless Ball is gonna be there on that fight. But for now, with Danny not having any flashes, might be hard.
Yeah, I don't think this is a fight that is safe for the side of Boom, right? If Ball gets a huge Trumbull Models, this fight is over.
Oh, okay. They're not gonna contest it. Okay, so they just gave it to Boom because I saw Zonkyu just clearing out this wave. getting there as fast as he could because they might be gearing up to go for a kill later on once Zanku gets like the level 9 here and even giving like the top side wave to him so he gets the level advantage.
That's true. At the same time, because F1 has given information about the whereabouts of where Carl is at, this provides them information that, hey, maybe we can take a look at the Crimson Golem here. But Boom has already made that rotation. I like this movement. Both teams kind of feeling the rotations out, right? Where is everyone on the gorge?
Yeah, so far Zanku, or at least BTR, still has an advantage when it comes to the gold department here because of, I mean, it's just a 500 gold deficit, so it's not really that big, but it's because most of their rotations have been very good and also just giving it most to Zanku. And this is what I'm saying. They're going to be using the hold right down onto the bottom, even have the board right here on Danny. Not going to be doing anything with that yet.
No, they're just pulling them around the place, right? It gives you an inkling of what's next. Right, here we go. Lanfeng in a risky position here. Forced to use the ult, but thankfully no flash used just yet.
Yeah, you see Zanku. Check his position. F1 not going to be committing anything.
Oh, Ball.
Now the top side ball is going to be the first one. Tremble Mortals is used to just run away, and that tower is theirs.
Okay, beautiful work. This is the map control that they want on the side of Boom, right? Can't get the TP back home, no recall available because of the immense pressure coming from Carl and Miggy. So this is going to be a great start for the side of Boom Esports. This is what they need to do.
Yeah. Okay. What are they going to be doing here for now? Just going to be backing off and just trying to play the BTR game. This is what we said a while ago that they need to do. Try to play the BTR game. They have a team fight composition. We can actually play for macro, so Boom is just doing just that.
Actually, I think this 1v1 between Lanfeng and Danny is going to be super interesting. Like an anime fight, right? Because everyone is going rah, 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 rah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to be punching pretty fast, but in long range. So that's what they're going to be doing. But BTR are going to be taking the Overlord now. This might be the first blood that they're looking for. Draw is going to be the target. Ooh. And that arrow is enough to get the first blood.
Okay, that's a good trade, but what more can they get? The kills do matter, but you need to get an objective off of that. Wait, one more. Oh, Danny's in trouble.
They're gonna get one more. Danny is gonna get chased down, and that's the execute coming in from Zanku. They have the ult right here. So the Moonscape Mirage is there. If he gets the kill, it's gonna be good, but I think it's not going good right there. Double kill coming in from Zanku. In the end, they were able to get the kill, but Miggy is gonna save their lives with this win. He's looking for it. Carl gonna go with the Tremble Mortals. He has a lot of HP though. There is the Taking Liberties. One more shot on his head, and Genmit is gonna be his target. To the backline they go, and Boom Esports just equalizes the fight. Miggy's gonna go for the chase down. He gets the slow down onto Ball, but look at Carl. He's looking, his eyes are seething, and F1 is gonna be his target, but the Tremor Smash is gonna get used to go to safety. Raging Sea is even gonna be there, and this is gonna be the finish that they're looking for. Miggy tanking up a lot of shots, but the shield is enough for him to survive, and Carl is gonna fall down in the end.
Oh, a little bit too greedy coming in from the side of Boom Esports. Now, this is a even trade. And once again, oh, Tatsuri!
No! Oh, Tatsuri's just gonna die there. He doesn't have the ult for him to survive. Tremble Mortal's also gonna be there, and that's it. Miggy, even with the shield, is not gonna survive the true damage.
Yep, Zanku once again putting Danny in such a tight spot. He has access into the T1 as well, gets the healing due, and Boom Esports running out of options here.
Just because of that one mistake that happened on the bot lane, that is the reason why right now things have turned in favor of BTR. Getting a mid lane tower is such a big win also for them.
Yeah, and you know, taking the Azure Golem from the side of Carl here, he doesn't really need the mana, but it's more of the cooldown reduction here. And Lanfeng gets the mana regeneration buff as well, so this is not looking good for Boom. It's not the biggest of differentials at this point. It's a 1,000 goalie going to the advantage of BIGETRON by Vitality. But Zanku has just completed his Master Sword. If you thought he had burst, he's gonna have it now.
Yeah, once he jumps on you, you're definitely gonna be dead. They're trying to go for the chase on Zanku here, but the Tyrant is already under ice.
Oh,
they're gonna be seeing the Tyrant. The Juke is there, but I think he's not gonna. So wait, he was able to get away. They're using all their ultimates and even some flashes on their hands though. And they still got the Tyrant in the end here for the side of BTR, so a lot of movements on the map because of that.
Yeah, that was definitely worth the trade at this point. And BIGETRON by Vitality, this is exactly what they need to do, right? And for the first time, this is BIGETRON playing the PKL game. This is, you want to brawl, we will go for it.
Yeah, they know that they can brawl against this team, especially on a big one. They have a lot of AoE, so they are going to be winning those team fights if ever they need to. And Boom Esports trying to divide the map, they're trying to make their map wider, but BTR are just getting the space faster for now.
Yeah, the biggest concern here is the fact that, look, the build by Bao, he's going full defensive at this point, right? So he got that Pure Sky, that's a stock standard item at the first spot. But he's already dealing so much damage because of his skill 1. So what happens when he actually gets that Overlord's Might, one of the most damaging items in the physical kit for the game?
Yeah, that is the reason why it's going to be scary right now. Even going for the Glacial Buckler, so he has a lot of cooldowns. At least his Tremble Mortals is not gonna take long if ever he needs it on team fights. Now they already have the space. Using the Tremor Smash. He still got the Tyrant Ice Steal from draw! And that's good for now. They got one. They have to back off Haya. Tatsuri, is he gonna be surviving here? In the end, they were able to get one.
Huge.
Tremble Mortals is gonna be there. They're gonna take out everybody, but they were still able to flash away. Sankyu going in. Carl goes down. But Danny is the only one alive here for the side of Boom.
Yep, he can't defend this. He has no flash. Yes, he has the ultimate, but this is a huge risk for the side of Boom Esports. He needs to go for the reset. Lanfeng here will take up the healing duty. They're gonna get their eyes on towards this Shadow Overlord. Was that actually a bait for them to use their resources? Carl does have the smite though, but he's not gonna be back in time.
Yeah, that's just gonna be an easy take here for the Overlord. But what a take from draw here in the end, but still was able to steal the Tyrant, which is good. But right now, he still got something in the end anyway from the side of BTR, and this is just gonna be better for them in a way because they could push a lot more.
Okay, so this is the crazy part, right? Where they actually use the Raging Sea from the side of draw to try and set up the fight, but then on the backlines, look at who is free to hit those free auto attacks. Zhang is getting free hits. At this point, Gen Myth is getting free hits as well. Lanfeng is getting free hits as well. And when you have a uneven trade in terms of player lives, BTR is going to shine.
Yeah, and that's what's good about this, especially the ult from Ball. That was very good. Good landing on this guy, and it hasn't been really good, especially the Moonscape Mirage that has been happening hasn't been really good for the side right here of Boom Esports right now. Tremor Smash not gonna hit. Already used the ultimate. Raging Sea is gonna hit too. That's big. This might be their chance. They have the board in front. There's no minions in their side, but Boom Esports trapped in their side though.
This was a decent play coming out from the side of BIGETRON, right? But Boom, they have to deal with this. Right now, BIGETRON, they don't really want to fight. They just want to poise, poke, and prod. So that Boom has to pay attention to them. And it feels like the attention has been bought. The T2 at the top should not stay alive for too long, will be taken down at this instant. So even when BTR lose the fight, they win the map.
Yeah, nice pull on that attention here for their side. The Ball gonna be the target. He is gonna be surviving because of that Tremble Mortals, but Zankyu in a very prime position here. He can just jump onto the backline if ever he wants to. They go in, they are inside the board. They're still now taking down the tower, but they have to back off. They're using the flash. Lanfeng was able to get the damage in, and they are super low on their side. Boom Esports are losing their lives. It's still a 2-for-2 for now, but it might get more. Zankyu and Shenmit gets one for themselves, and that's a triple kill for Zankyu.
It's so crazy because Boom Esports is doing exactly what they need to do. Tatsuri is getting rid of Bao. He's taking him out of the fights. But because of Gen Myth on his first and second skill with the time bot on the CC, it gives a lot of space for the BTR members, especially Zankyu and Lanfeng, to really get the damage in. And here's something, you know, Yixing auto attacks do hurt, especially when he lands his skill.
Yeah, that is the reason why it's really dealing a lot of damage, especially when you're all inside the board. Shenmit has been getting a lot of them inside the board so far this whole game. And that's the reason why Boom cannot fight or at least secure the kill or maybe even secure the fight for themselves, and they get disgruntled whenever that happens.
Yeah, and the scary part about this is, you know, BIGETRON, we know the, you know, rank combos, which is Gen Myth drops the board, and then we have Bao come in with the setup by F1 as well. That combination has not been used yet. That is the most cheese combo you would get to see. And BTR is just besting Boom in every single metric at this point.
Yeah, they have been just winning. Even with the composition that they drafted, it's a very team fight heavy composition, but on the macro side, they're not really lacking too, because they have been rotating around the map pretty fast. And also, all the towers that they have been taking was all because of a team fight that they won.
Yeah, so this is the cool part, right? They're taking turrets because they're taking team fights. And that is a strength of their composition. But anyway.
Okay, F1, just got the vision. Still have their Tyrant on their side though, so they still have the Primal Bond. They're not going to continue with this for now. They're just baiting the attention out of Boom Esports.
Yeah, they want to bait, right? So that when they have the wave advantage, they can start a fight, and then you have to address it. And right now, this is the call for the side of BIGETRON. They see the opening. They want to try and open up this top T3.
Yeah, F1 moving forward. You have the board, gets 3. Miggy gonna be the target. Nice. They're taking a lot of damage. Tremor smash with a frigid charge, but the Raging Sea has an answer in the end. The true damage coming in from Tatsuri is working, but the triple Mortis got everybody onto the back line, and they are just taking down everybody one by one. Carl still not done. Zankyu's gonna fall down. F1's gonna be next, and they are winning so far, and Ball is gonna fall, and Ace comes in for Boom.
The comeback is complete, and boom, they make the ace. Right now, what can they do? They need to fix the wave, they need to get this Shadow Overlord, and then they can buy time. Carl, he wants to go for a different objective here. He wants to clear the lane. Maybe this backdoor protection is not going to be enough, even with the Ballista. No, he's going to change here. They need this Shadow Overlord. This is the lifeline that Boom can use to come back.
1 second for Long Fong. Minions are coming in. That tower could fall down anytime on the mid lane, but they don't need to worry about that for now. That's okay. They're just going to be taking this slowly. Still a T3, or rather a T3 on the top side and the bot side, so it's still possible for them to come back out of that. But let's take a look at this replay.
I want to see the critical point, and that actually came from the draw call that you made, right? Bao actually, he was kind of distracted because he saw Carl come in from the back. But he's a Lupu, he doesn't deal that big of a burst damage. He does damage with the number of S1s that he lands. So unfortunately for him, while he did catch the attention of Carl, he couldn't provide the defense. And with the setup by draw to allow the maximum damage to be put down by Miggy as well as Tatsuri and Danny, beautiful work from the side of Boom.
It was a crazy play from draw, the dash through the flash, just to get everybody in that knockup. That was enough for Miggy and Carl to just use it to their advantage, and now things have turned. Boom is now on the lead just because of that.
Yeah, look at it. The huge swing from a 4,000 goal lead is now down to nada. And at this point, Boom, if they can take a T3, this will be perfect for them. But I don't think they will be able to do it at this point just yet.
Chance for them to come back. And VTR are now backs against the wall in their base at least. And they're going to be waiting for the Shadow Vanguard. They're taking their time here for the side of Boom Esports and are just going to be escorting the Shadow Vanguard to the top side.
Okay, this is the last available play, right? It has to be a huge team fight. They have to take it. Right now, Bao has been caught. Okay, that's a great start. What more can they do?
Yeah. They have to fight this for now, though. That is what they need to do. And Bao is trapped inside. And everybody from Boom is going to be here. He's going to be using the Tremble Mortis to get away. He's immune. And he has a shield. The Sprightling Troop just saved his life. And the tower on the top side is going to fall. What a good distraction from Boom Esports. And they need to find some more out of this map.
I mean, they go to town on that T3. Beautiful work by the side of Boom Esports, right? Getting the distraction plays. At the same time, BTR looking for a recovery here. Draw. He might be a sacrifice. No, I don't think so. He's too tanky for them. So Boom, they want to wrestle for the Shadow Tyrant. This is probably the last objective before the Tempest Dragon, though.
They don't see Zankyou, so they have to check all the brushes. Now Zankyou knows. Has a lot of damage. Starts the fight already half HP. Look at the top side, though. Carl is not going to continue with this. They have the board on everybody. They have the frigid charge too. Tremble Mortals is going to be there. The damage is going to be enough. And will this be enough for them to go for the kill? They're trying to go for the Tyrant. Miggy still gets it. Top side. Look at the push here. The minions are coming. What a call from Boom Esports. They are going to be taking game number 2.
We talked about it. It has to be the macro play, and Boom executed that strategy perfectly.
That was crazy, though. I saw him. They knew. Everybody's here. We saw Zankyou. Go top side. You can push that. That was a great, like a play-by-play call of what they did here for Boom Esports.
Yeah, exactly. This is beautiful work from the side of Boom Esports. Exactly what they needed to step back into the series. It's 1-1 now, and what a beautiful performance by Boom Esports. So this begs the question here. Boom has shown that they can play the macro game as well, right? So what's going to happen in game number 3 here? Do we get like the absolute macro game? Nobody fights, everyone just split pushes?
we got that almost on game number 2 though. Everybody was split pushing until one point in where BTR was calling for team fights in where they find objectives after those team fights. And I think they need to respect that though. As you said, BKL is really good at team fighting. So they have to respect that. And that last team fight that turned all the tides around on the top side was the reason why Boom won that.
Yes, big success coming in, right? They even saved their Sprightling troop skill just so that they could have the extra armor that lasts a little bit longer. And because there was a chase down, they got the kills as well, so there was nobody left to return to the base to stop that attempt. Mind you, it was just, I believe, one mega minion left in that push, which allowed the backdoor defense to be dropped, and Carl just went to town.
Yeah, he just went for it. He knew that the fight was there. Everybody had one job on the side of Boom. Let's survive as long as we can. But they also got the Tyrant with it, which is crazy that he went for that round. They got the Tyrant, somebody's backdooring, and it worked for their side. So this is one thing that Boom is really good at, those macro calls whenever they need to, but the team fights is where they shine the most.
Exactly. I mean, this one was where, you know, F1 was trying his best to punch down that Shadow Tyrant. Unfortunate for him, his damage was not enough. Mickey did use his skills to secure that one. But, yo, this ball pick on the unrivaled warrior, the Lupu. Unfortunate, man.
Yeah. It was a good pick, though. It was a good idea for BTR. I was expecting that they would be able to pull out that combo. They did. They had the Tremor Smash to the board combo every time. The Tremble Mortals almost always are perfectly placed. But, man, it's just unfortunate that they lost. It was their game to win.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go into overthinking mood here, but that initial catch by Tatsui to take Ball aside, right? That was not meant to kill Ball. That was not meant to give anything, but just an information to BIGETRON that, hey, we don't have the Moonscape Mirage. So if we take a fight in the next few seconds, it's going to be beneficial for you. And that's why, you know, maybe that's why BTR obliged for that wrestle at the Shadow Tyrant. And Carl was just like, guys, start a fight, I'm going to end the game.
Oh yeah, that was it. That is true, honestly, because they didn't have the Moonscape Mirage there, that could have been the call there. And when they also saw, the reason why they also tried to go for that fight is because they also saw some of the members on a very great position. They were lined up on the blue buff side of the map, so one good board could actually potentially take them down. So BTR, that was the right call, but they just forgot about it on the top side.
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, Boom is teaching BIGETRON, you can't play just like a robot. You have to trust your instincts, because that was an instinctual play from Boom. They let themselves get caught in a most beautiful board. They got the Tremble Mortals onto, I believe, 3 or 4 members, 3 members on the side of Boom. So everything looked great for BIGETRON in theory, but the practicality of it was that it was just time bomb.
Yeah, it was them winning the game the whole time. It was just one big fight that turned a 4K gold lead down to 0, turning Boom Esports winning. Man, it was scary because Zankyu was very strong during that game. He was dealing so much damage, he was so much ahead. But Boom just kept the face, waited for their moment. The beasts were able to show themselves.
Yes, it was really scary because like players like Danny, players like Tatsui, they were unsafe on the Gorge, right? Every time Zankyu was within range, it was essentially almost a guaranteed kill. And whenever Gen Myth lands his second skill, right, the Taking Liberties, and he pulls them back within range, this is where Lanfeng goes crazy with his ultimate, the auto attacks as well. And if you take a look at the itemization, he had the Doomsday as well. He's able to shred tanks. But unfortunate for them, Boom, I mean, we were asking, have they improved? I think they have.
Yeah, they did. And they're very good at this clutch moments whenever it's needed. And Boom Esports just got the timing right there. I think everything just lined up for them to win that. Because BTR was looking better. Honestly, BTR was looking better this whole game. The stars just lined up for Boom.
Yeah, but when you know that's going to be the finishing blow, you go in for it. And there we go. Miggy here is going to be your MVP of game number 2. His play on this Spark Maze, the Byron, has been very clinical, right? It set up quite a few situations. Number 1, he got that Tyrant in the final moment for the team, allowing them to get the finishing blows because of the extra damage and extra movement speed as well. At the same time, he also bought a lot of attention by getting the stuns in with his second skill, Storm Strike, which then led to, you know, Carl with the famous backdoor.
Yeah, that's what they're doing here. The forceful suppressions, just being the tank that they needed in this game. And also, if I'm gonna be giving like an honorable mention, I think Draw would also get that because he was the reason why they were able to win that fight on the top side. The reaction on the Trevor smash, the reaction to just flash in and go for the knockup was crazy from Draw.
It was what evened out the battlefield for them, right? Because at that point in time, they were actually trailing, and Draw came in with the raging sea of the game at this point.
Yeah, that's true. I want to see that again, right here in the highlights.
This one.
Look at that. Yeah. He's gonna back off after the Tremble Mortals, and once he sees somebody clumps in, he's gonna flash. Oh man, the knockup was perfect. And also, I want to see something here. For everybody watching, the backdoor, look at what's gonna happen. Carl is gonna try to hit the Tyrant first, which gives F1 information that Carl was in the Tyrant fight. Before, it's not shown here in the highlights, but he hit the Tyrant first, which gave them information that Carl was there, which is why he got the time to just move out. Like, go for a rotation to go for the back door.
I see it, right? And that was a big brain play, because as BIGETRON, they're kind of like, okay, Carl is hiding. He's looking for the flank on the backlines, right? He's not going for the towers. The